Hi, everybody, and welcome to The Pulse, where we go over the Microsoft roadmap, what's new, what's changed, so you don't have to. So we're going to start off with Tom today. He's taking over for Adam and doing all of the admin-y stuff. And Jen will not be joining us today, so I'll be covering all the non-admin-y stuff.
Yeah, and by covering admin-y stuff, she means I'm going to read to you. So yeah, because these are not areas that I work in, but hey, somebody's got to fill in for Adam and keep the testosterone level up here. So I will go ahead and get started. And let me get the spreadsheet back up here. So there are a few items in development for Purview and for regular Defender for Office 365. First one for Purview is Microsoft Purview Endpoint DLP detects sensitive files that are encrypted or password protected. And with this capability, your Purview data loss prevention policies, DLP, should be or will be able to detect the presence of and prevent password protected Microsoft Office PDF and archive files on Windows endpoint devices from unauthorized use. That sounds like it would be a really good thing. And that is due to be released and make its way out of in development by December of this year. So you have a little ways to wait for that one. The other Purview one that we have is decoupling the user notifications and policy tips on Exchange DLP. So with this update, you'll be able to configure policy tips and email notifications in your Microsoft Purview Data Loss Prevention DLP policies for Exchange Online independently for more granular control. And if you're waiting for this one, it should be making its way out and to you by October of this year. I keep thinking October sounds really far away, and I look at the calendar and it's really not. So got a couple months for that one. Then we have 3 for Defender for Office 365. One is updates to the common attachment filters in the anti-malware policy. That is enhancing the common attachments filter to expand list of available file types and also manage custom file types in the portal. That one, if you're looking for it, that one is actually targeted, actually all the Defender for Office ones that I'm about to cover are targeted for DoD and GCC, and you should be seeing all of these in September. The second one for alert policies, we're enhancing the existing Microsoft Defender for Office 365 alert policies. A potentially malicious URL link was detected. So that update is coming. And then the final one is anti-malware policy notifications. This one, the anti-malware policy can be configured with recipient and sender notifications when a message is quarantined. We are redesigning this notification option and delivery. Again, those will all be out in September, or so they're looking at right now, and that is targeted for DoD and GCC. So with that, I will hand it back over to Tamara and let her cover some of the other things that normally I would talk about and have opinions on.
You can still have opinions on them.
Okay.
So we have SharePoint Migration Server 2019 to SharePoint in Microsoft 365. So you can migrate classic content as well as modern content from the SharePoint Server 2019 into SharePoint in Microsoft 365 is now supported in the SharePoint migration tool. So I think that's pretty exciting because that can be a very painful process, as Tom knows.
Painful. And that's not due until June of next year. So don't get highly excited about it right away, but it's coming.
Get
and they're
a
doing
little
more and more.
excited about it.
Yeah, a little excited, but they're doing a lot with the SharePoint migration tools. So that's good.
So we can have the pre-party now.
There you go.
And the full rollout party in June of next year.
After you've suffered through and you look 10 years older than you really are. So yeah.
Just because it happened to you.
Well, that's true too.
All right.
I'm actually 32.
Yeah, it's just been a rough 32. Microsoft Viva recurring time booking for breaks, message catch-up, and learning in Viva Insights. So users with Viva Insights subscription will see invitations to enroll into plans to automatically book recurring time for learning breaks, and message catch-up in briefing, email, and Viva Insights app within Teams. So I think that's pretty interesting. I also wonder, I don't schedule my lunches until that week, and then I stick it in between where I don't have meetings. So
Right.
sometimes lunch is at like 3 o'clock, sometimes lunch is at 10 o'clock. But I wonder how that's going to work out with having those recurring things
I would,
set up.
yeah, I would think something like that would probably be more applicable to, like, I'm working, a help desk
Oh,
scenario,
yeah,
or I'm
yeah.
in a claims payment scenario or something like that. And
Okay.
my hours are from X to Y, my lunch is from here to here, my breaks are from here to here, because you have to make sure that you've got coverage and you're working with everything else. In IT world, people go, well, when's your lunch hour? Lunch is a concept,
And
you
an
know?
hour?
Yeah, really? Wow. Yeah, so I don't know that it necessarily works really well for people like us who float around with some of
Mhm.
our times there, but I think for other people, it would work really well. So you can make sure that all that actually shows up on your calendar automatically.
Great. Then for Microsoft Teams, we have a homepage for Teams for the education class teams. So the homepage provides a central destination for the latest announcements, resources, upcoming assignments, class files, and meetings for a class team. That's coming out in August of this year. I would be interested to see that in the commercial setting
Mhm.
as opposed to just education. And I wonder if it's going to be a SharePoint page.
Interesting. It could well be, because they do allow you to edit pages now in Teams.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see where they would put that in the back end SharePoint site and just allow it to be
Surface it
referenced.
up in
Yeah,
Teams. Yeah,
that makes
like on the
sense.
general tab,
Hmm.
general channel, beg your pardon. And then Microsoft Teams share content experience improvement on Teams rooms and in Teams rooms on Windows. So Teams rooms on Windows is updating the user interface to share HDMI and content camera in the meeting. The new experience provides a better task completion and provides experience clarity for in-room users, ensuring that the users can easily share content in the meeting. Another one I thought was interesting was end-to-end encryption for one-to-one calls in Teams rooms on Windows. So this will be person-to-person calls. The callee must also have the encryption setting turned on. So both people have to have the encryption setting turned on. When in the encrypted call, both the caller and callee can verify the encryption key to make sure the call is end-to-end encrypted and secure. That is going to be very exciting for, say, the DoD, but it's just rolling out worldwide coming October.
Yeah, it sounds like with the one before this one, and also the one that you're going to talk to next, is that they're taking things that are actually already in or in the process of rolling out just in regular team spaces, and now they're applying it to the Teams room scenario too, because I know they've talked about doing end-to-end encryption for just one-on-one calls within Teams. Now they're doing it, I'm in a Teams room sitting somewhere and I'm going to get that encryption. So it sounds like they're trying to bring the two a little bit more in sync.
Great. Then we've got the parent app in Teams, and that's the parent connection. Educators can see the roster of parents and guardians for their students. Info is provided by a school data sync. And initiate a Teams chat with them with a single click. So now, instead of the twice yearly parent-teacher conference or sporadic email, educators and guardians can provide more iterative updates back and forth through Teams, chat, and help manage and track their students' progress. That's fabulous because teachers need one more thing to do.
One more thing. Hey, talk to me. I'm the parent. What's my kid doing?
Oh my good Lord. Okay, well, it's good that they'll have a tool to do it that'll make it easier, but holy cow, do we ask an awful lot of teachers.
Yes, we do. And we
And we
don't pay
pay
them nearly
them
enough.
piddly. Piddly, they should be paid what rock stars are paid.
There you go.
So Microsoft Teams Video Clip. A video clip is a new feature in Microsoft Teams that enables users to record, review, and send and view short, lightweight video messages in Teams chat from desktop and mobile. That's coming out in September.
I'm a little torn on that one.
Yeah. Why are you torn?
I think it's because my learning style or my communication style is more write something and send them messages. The fact that more and more things are going, hey, let me send you a video. No, I can read faster than watch your video.
True.
And so, yeah, I could see this being useful. I don't know that I would end up doing it. I could see it more of a, hey, I want to show you something. And it's easy to be able to show them something, but just to say, hey, I'm going to send you a message instead of a chat, or a video message instead of a chat. I'm hoping that does not become a new standard for how you communicate. Yeah, it would just, for me, it would drive me up the wall. But
to me, I would just have like 200 video clips unread.
Exactly.
And then the last two in Teams, view meeting transcripts on Microsoft Teams for mobile and iOS. You can now start transcription for your meetings and view the meeting transcripts after the meetings on Microsoft Teams for iOS and Android. That's coming up in August. And then transcription will be turned on together with recording if the record automatically meeting option is turned on. So that's nice. If the meeting organizer has set record automatically meeting option to on for the meeting, transcription will be turned on together with the recording when the meeting starts, if transcription is allowed by admins. Yeah, so this will make the recording playback experience accessible.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we don't allow transcription, because if you're having a meeting and you're discussing PHI, they really don't want the PHI to appear in print. Which I get. So this is one of those things that I can see some people going, oh, this is great. I can also see it opening up a can of worms when it comes to, and you were talking about PHI. So
I would totally revisit that policy because of the Americans Disability Act. You need to make reasonable accommodation for people who have disabilities. So this is for hearing impaired.
You are the preacher, I am the choir. You are preaching to the choir. We would so like to have this turned on, and every time we've tried to push it, it's been nope, can't do. Nope.
All I can say is Sue, skip to my Sue, Sue, skip
Good
to
point.
my Sue.
Maybe we need to try that one over again. So yeah.
Okay, why don't you go ahead? That's everything in development. Let's go ahead and hit some rolling out. There's only about 5 rolling out. Tom?
Well, I'll go ahead and hit the DLP one, since I said that was going to be my big thing. Microsoft Purview Endpoint DLP restrict egress activities when accessing sensitive websites in Microsoft Edge. And this is in a rolling out state due in October. This capability allows restricting common egress activities as users navigate protected sites or access sensitive content via Microsoft Edge. With this new capability, organizations will be able to designate groups of protected sites and apply different restrictions, and monitor or restrict common egress activities when users visit protected sites with audit block and block override controls. So I'm assuming that you say, hey, this site, you can go look at it, but I don't want you downloading anything from this site. So it's nice that they're going to be able to start blocking those things. Again, assuming that you're using Microsoft Edge, which, you know, it's the recommended one, but not all companies force you to use Edge. They also allow like Chrome and Firefox. So good option. Cool. One other one I'll just go ahead and touch on real quickly and let you have the other 3. Forms. Convert Word, PDF form, or quiz to Microsoft Forms survey. This feature allows you to convert your existing surveys or quizzes into Microsoft Forms, making it much easier to get started. After import, you can still edit as needed before collecting responses. I think that is just freaking awesome, where you can say, hey, I've got this PDF, it's everything I want, but I really like the functionality of forms. I guess I have to create it from scratch. No, it's going to be really easy to bring that in, and it's going to give you the base, and then you can tweak it from there. So looking forward to seeing exactly how that one works. It's rolling out this month, so you should be seeing it soon in a worldwide tenant near you.
Fabulous. And then in Microsoft Teams, homepage customization for Teams Admin Center, because we know how much admins like to customize and make things pretty. So IT admins can drag and drop widgets to customize the homepage in their Teams Admin Center. So I can see how this might be useful. You can put some reporting stuff on that page. You can put, if there's an issue, message center. So that could actually be helpful and not just making it pretty. And then Microsoft Teams pop out shared content into a separate window. For those of you who are multitaskers, this is a huge win. So that'll be great. Users can pop out shared meeting content in a separate window.
Yeah, that one, it was funny. We were on a call with Microsoft yesterday and they were talking about roadmap stuff. And I always laugh when I listen to those people do roadmaps going, I know that, I know that, I know that, I know that. But this is one that they let off with in terms of things that are rolling out this month. And when he let off on it, I looked up and hey, look, I've got the pop out feature. So I popped it out through his presentation over on the other monitor. It was really awesome. I like it.
All right, last one from rolling out Microsoft Stream. Record a new video on the Stream Start page in Office. So users can create a new video directly from the Stream Start page screen on office.com by recording their webcam or screen. Now the new video is uploaded to OneDrive and ready to share. Until that person leaves.
Exactly.
And their OneDrive documents go away, and then you lose that video.
Yeah, I'm assuming this is the new stream, not the classic stream, but I would have to take a look and see what's what. I still need to sit down and figure out. Oh, I did? Now?
You're back now.
Okay. It didn't show I was on mute. Yeah, I still have to sit down and figure out what we're going to do for our stream migration from classic to the new version. But yeah, this will be a nice little feature.
And then I forgot what this one is. Live.
This one, yeah, the Outlook Lite for Android. At first, I'm thinking, why do we need another Android application for Outlook? Because we already have one. It doesn't specify it here in the roadmap. All it says is an Android app that brings the main benefits of Outlook to a smaller app size with fast performance for lightweight devices on any network. It wasn't until I read a little further in descriptions, and it's like in use for, and then it listed a number of countries where bandwidth may not be all that prevalent. So this isn't something that if you're in the States or if you're in, a lot of the European areas that you're necessarily going to have access to. Eventually they may roll it out just for times when you don't have really good access, but it sounds like that was really a concession to companies that don't have the infrastructure that some other countries do. So that actually made sense. We do have 4 items in canceled. One of them is the Microsoft Purview audit search enhancements. This item's removed from the roadmap as a duplicate of another one. So don't worry about it. As Jennifer would say, nothing to see here. Please move on. You're going to get it just under a different number. Microsoft Teams manage what attendees see. This is having a new release date for the feature, and it's under discussion. They'll communicate the new timeline when it's available. This is going to enable attendees to only see shared content and presenters that you bring on screen. I like the idea. Eventually we'll get it. We just don't know when yet. Access. People still use Access. Inconsistent database error fix. This item has been canceled and will be added back to the roadmap when the schedule is determined. This feature encapsulates several components of helping solve a challenging ongoing issue of inconsistent database states reported by our customers. So they're working on it. Apparently it was probably more difficult than they thought it would be, and they're kind of reassessing before they bring it back. And then the final one, Azure Active Directory, multiple passwords, less phone sign-in accounts for iOS devices. Oh, passwordless phone sign-ins. Okay, they didn't have a dash there. I'm like, that makes no sense. This roadmap item has been canceled and may be revisited in the future. This allows user to enable passwordless phone sign-in accounts for their iOS devices. Previously, there was a limit of one passwordless phone sign-in account per device, but we've removed that limitation. So apparently this didn't work like they were expecting it to. They have canceled it and they may revisit it in the future. So if you're waiting for it, you may be out of luck, but they could also bring it back. We don't know at this stage of the game. So those are the cancellations that we have.
And that is all the news that is fit to print. Thanks for joining us this week. We'll be back next week with a full crew. So tune in now and tune in then. Thanks so much.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.